What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Should We Cut That? This is episode 2.
EP 2.
I'm Will Reagan.
Kaleem Howard, as you know.
And let's get into it.
Let's get it. So, first up, we got day in the life videos and content creation. Honest opinion, do you think that most of these videos are fake nowadays? Like
100%.
staged?
100%. But I'm okay with that, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like it is making people like adhere to a routine better, and it's like, if it's making people more productive, I'm a fan. Like, I'm a proponent. I think that, yes, like it's a little bit like embellished for like content's sake, but like it was a day in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it still was.
I mean, I guess you really got to think, like, a lot of the stuff that you see is staged, fake. Like, a lot of streamers, like, you know, that's a big thing nowadays, doing skits, things like that. So, like, I feel like as a fan, per se, like, if I'm watching Day in the Life, whatever, blah, 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 like, it's really just entertainment. So what does it really matter if, you know, they don't do that?
I mean, it's content.
Like,
Content
if you're
content.
watching it, if you're watching a creator doing a Day in the Life, like...
Well, I mean, like, you've done these kind of videos before.
Yeah.
Like, what was your experience with that? Do you feel like that was like, is that like a real day in the life of Kaleem Howard?
Yeah, I would say a lot of the stuff that I've done my day in the life of, it would, like, it's a real day in my life. It might not be a routine. I feel like that's different. Like, if you're doing a morning routine video, like, and you're not doing that every morning, you know what I mean? Routine is routine, like what says. But if it's just a day in the life, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's chill. I mean, every day's not gonna be the same. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny because like I'm actually like trying to film like one of those today.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that it's like, you know, I've done stuff and I've tried to like adhere to like as best as possible like what like an actual day looks like. But it's like it's day to day. Like today's a weird day. We're going to the studio. We got practice later. We're going to, you know, 1902 for the event tonight. So it's like it's, you know, I feel like if it's not like a tip, like I feel like that's almost like better content. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a better day in my life. It's a day in my life where things are a little bit more.
Yeah, and you got to think, everybody nowadays, like everybody just wants to put on the good face. You know what I'm saying? They want to put on Instagram worthy stuff. They're not going to show you a bad day.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's kind of like, it's just content. You can't really say too much about it.
I feel like that content is going to find whoever like needs, or whoever like, that niche is gonna be occupied. Like somebody,
somebody's gonna like it.
Yeah, 100%. And like, yes, it's embellished a little bit, but honestly, if it gets people like wanting to be like a better version of themselves, even if that's like performative in a sense, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. I think it's a good thing.
No, yeah.
I think it's an overall net positive to society.
I feel that. With that also, do burnout videos feel real or just like content? You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, they're burnt out. Because that's kind of on the same topic, same lines a little bit.
I get what you're saying. I feel like, yes, they do feel real. I personally am a proponent of like, if you're gonna be like a creator or like a personality, you know what I'm saying? Like an influencer, and you wanna show the full like, I think ups and downs are good to highlight
for sure.
Both in their own respect. And I think it makes you more real. I think it makes you more candid. I think sometimes like we can delve into the realm of like, it's a bit more performative, but like, I think for the most part, it's a real thing that people struggle with. I'm sure like what would be like your experience like struggling with like burnout? And would you post something like that? Like, would you be candid with your following?
Like kind of just being like, vulnerable a little bit, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I mean, and to what extent would that be like?
I feel like with
a performative
content,
thing,
like no matter what you do, there's gonna be like somebody's not gonna like it, somebody's gonna like it. But like with that, I kind of think about like both sides of the coin. Yeah. To where it's like, oh, you posted this. Some people, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I don't know if it's real or fake. When they post these burnout videos, it's kind of like, are they doing this to draw on the like, oh, like this is a real thing, like people actually go through this is a real feeling, you know what I'm saying? So like, is that what they're trying to pull on, or is it really like something that's real?
Do you think it matters if it's real or fake?
No, because I feel like
from a viewer's perspective, I mean,
they're not gonna know. Sometimes, most times.
I think the content is gonna hit whatever niche it hits, and I think that's not necessarily the responsibility of the creator. And that goes for both the day in the life stuff, the burnout videos, any type of content that you're producing, really. It's not your responsibility to be like kind of vetting all of your stuff. Like, hey, like, am I being like 100% like me right now? Like, cause you're not. Like, you're in front of a camera. Like, I'm not 100% me right now. You're not 100% you right now. Like, it's a show. Like, it's a, you know, it's an act. At least in, you know, greater than, it's non-zero, the amount that it is a performance. So I think that it's more of the responsibility of the interpreter, of the viewer, of the person who's consuming that content to vet that and be like, hey, like, do I think this is a real thing? And that's, you know, that's up to you.
Yeah. Moving on. Next segment, movie remakes.
Like sequels.
What do you think about them? Yeah. Why do studios...
Or like a reboot. Are you talking about like a reboot?
Like, why do studios keep remaking everything? Or like, you know what I'm saying? What movie should never be remade? Like those originals or the sequels, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, this is a hit. Let's make another one. And then everybody knows. After the first one, you cannot beat it. If it's a hit, you got to leave it at that, bro.
I don't know. Okay.
Sometimes, like, I can't even think of a good example right now, but like sometimes they're chill. You know
have you ever seen like Harry Potter?
I have not.
Okay. In my opinion, that is a series done right.
Okay.
In terms of just content and art, like I'm not talking about like author's perspective on anything.
Hot take.
I'm just saying like don't associate me with like, but like I'm just saying like, you know, there's 7 movies, might be 8 because Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. But it's like, I don't think the first one was the best movie.
Okay.
But I think if you were to like reboot it now, it would not go well. But the way that they did it is they kind of, instead of expanding the series and adding on to that original series, because, you know, they just followed they just adapted the books into a movie, right? Yeah. Instead of making like another movie after like Deathly Hallows Part 2, they just kind of expanded the world, like the cinematic world that it was set in, and did like a Fantastic Beasts thing, or did like a, you know, Harry Potter's kid, and like that kind of stuff, which I feel like it is good because it keeps like viewers like engaged in the universe.
There's a name of that. What's it called? Is it fandom? Is that what that's called?
Yeah. I think that's what it's called. Kind of.
And
I feel like that's a good thing. As long as you're not, if you're not going back and touching the like original, like, if you're not going back and touching the original piece and like affecting its, I don't want to say value, but like value, like in any way, then like you're good.
But look, I mean, sometimes though, with some of the movies, like, what I think.
What are you thinking? What movie are you thinking of?
I'm not thinking of a movie in particular, but like with Harry Potter, obviously there's the books. Like there was already different books like set out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking of like movies where it's like they drop one and then like, you know what, this was a hit, we should make another one. Yeah. So it's not already lined up.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what they do. You know what I mean? Well, because like Fantastic Beasts, like they did that with like, they made that a movie. I'm pretty sure that's not a book. I don't think that's a book.
I don't know, we'd have to look.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Like, this is a hot take right now. So Zootopia, I haven't seen Zootopia 2. But I've only heard from a few people that it wasn't as good as the first one. Well, yeah, I feel
yeah, you're right. I feel like it just.
I do remember the first one. I do remember watching the first one.
I think where it's a book first. I think you're right. I think it's different. I think it's different because I think there's more. You got more content to like. The world was already thought out. You know, you don't really have to do as much to make a good movie out of it.
Segueing into from movies, we're gonna be all over the place today, touching all the topics, getting the content out there. But fitness watches and tracking apps.
Ooh.
Do they motivate you or stress you out?
I'm one of those people, like personally, who the more data you give me, the more I like tweak out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. I feel like I tend to like kind of obsess over it a little bit too much, and then start feeling like say like I just started tracking my sleep, right? And I started doing this with Apple Watch.
Okay.
And I started tracking like, you know, like how long I'm in like REM sleep, deep sleep, core sleep, and whatever. And I like have noticed that, say like it says I have like a bad night of sleep, right? But like I'm used to that. Like say it's like I think last night I got like 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep or something like that. Yeah. With me recently, the motto has been overthink practice, underthink meets. That's the goal this season. overthink practice, underthink meets.
Okay.
So if I want to hash all that out in practice and get into like the details and nitty gritty, then that's fine. But like meets, I'm just like, I'm probably not even gonna track it the night before meets, because it'll just make me too anxious. Yeah, but like sometimes sometimes like you can get the data, but you just can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Anything productive.
That's what I'm saying. Like I probably tracked my calories like for a little bit, like my senior year, trying to get bigger, like for football and stuff like that. But like with like tracking apps and fitness, I never really got into it because like I don't know, I just don't like, doesn't appease to me to.
It works for some people, and it does, and for those people, it's great.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking it or anything like that. It's just not something that I use personally. I mean, I might try it out sometime. Again, while now in college running track.
What do you track? Do you track anything?
I don't track anything.
I just track like, not like all my macros, but I track like calories roughly.
I feel like you can
protein. I track protein.
Yeah. I feel like you can track if you're trying to get to a goal. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know exactly where you want to be at.
Like if you're like, hey, like I want to be like 10 pounds up, I need to eat like 1.5 grams of protein per body weight per day, like stuff like that. Like if you're like, I want to be at like 185 by
and I feel like that's good because you have a plan and you have something
it definitely
physical to look at.
Easier when you start like writing out like the steps like that you have to take to get there, like knowing what those steps actually.
And I feel like that's just good body knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Health as well, being able to know what you're doing exactly. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's not really not that bad. So
it's not. Well, I mean, for some people it works, but I feel like, at least in my opinion, I feel like living is more of an art than a science.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you can't really break it down technically too much, and I feel like there's a lot of things that like you could just. Like I don't want to say like you could just like push through, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that like technically speaking and scientifically speaking, like you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like the odds can be stacked against you, and I feel like you can overcome that by like not thinking about it too much.
Yeah. And I do want to like hit on this too. So when we were talking about health as wealth a little bit, like what is your take on athletes resting games?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm talking about like professional here, like, fans obviously want to see their favorite players play and things like that. But like also you got to take into account they're athletes, they're human beings. They're not just, they are stars, you know what I'm saying? But they can't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got to rest at some point. They can't do everything.
In part, I do get it. Because on one hand, if you put it like, if you put it in perspective of like us, like if we say football, like you're like wrestling like at the Division III level. I feel like it's different when you have a multi-million-dollar contract and that the revenue that they are generating from your performance is what they are using to pay your contract. So when you are not performing and fans aren't showing up to watch, like they're not getting the performance that they paid for, I feel like it's almost like bad faith in your contract, but I mean that to a point. Like I don't feel like athletes should never be able to rest games. I just feel like if you are getting paid out of the revenue from you being an entertainer, because that's what they like. They're an athlete, but ultimately they're not getting paid for. They're getting paid for being good at their sport because people like to watch them be good at their sport. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it was an empty gym, they would not be getting paid like that. They're getting paid from TV. It's TV revenue, and it's filling seats.
You know how much money they get from outside deals, like
sponsorships. But sponsorships only come in because
they're good and in that place.
Well, because people watch them.
Yeah.
So of course brands feel like, hey, like if he's gonna rep my brand, and people are watching him, then people are gonna buy my brand. But if he's not playing, he's not. The performance on the court or on the field is what's going to correlate to you getting paid. And so if you're not playing, it's like, sit out or whatever, but just know, that's money.
You can't really say that though, because you got to think about this too. If they're already in that position, they're their own personal brand. They could leave the NBA or they could retire. Whenever they retire, they still have that brand, still getting all that money.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be, I don't think that they have to be playing. Like, if someone misses a game, like, cool. Like, if injury and just resting is completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, obviously you rest for injuries and things like that, but I feel like athletes, like professional athletes, should be okay to be having rest games if it's something like, that's needed. If it's just like something where like, you know what I'm saying, bad attitude and they got benched for a game or something like that, there's consequences obviously. But I feel like they should be able to rest, and I don't think that really affects like, I don't think fans should have a say in that. They can, depending on the situation, but like, you know what I'm saying, they're still people too.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, it's just like everything in moderation. Like, I don't know, you should be just resting games. I mean, obviously you have to be strategic with it, but.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of like with that, like, because like you said, comparing to being a D3 athlete or professional athlete, kind of, I don't know, the difference in between those, and maybe like there's a little bit of intimidation or whatever, but with this next point of basically like gym culture and social media, is it motivating or more intimidating for people our age? Like, what do you think? Because I feel like there's a difference between like, there's some people that are actually out there, like Ryan. I know Ryan Forson, he's on our team. Shout out to him. I know he does his fitness coaching thing at Vive.
Yeah.
And I feel like being someone like that is very motivating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that motivate. If you go to see someone and you like that person, you know what I'm saying? They're cool they're helping you get to the place. But I feel like sometimes too, it can be intimidating if you're seeing like, everybody thinks like, oh, someone's bigger, stronger, faster, but that's always going to be there. Somebody's always going to be bigger, stronger, faster, and better than you. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I think it can be intimidating. I just think, in my opinion, it has motivated me more than it has intimidated me. And I feel like, well, because it's like the dissemination of information. Like you're getting more info, you're getting like real people like you and me who are doing like posting their workouts, posting like what they eat, you know what I'm saying? Like it's more stuff that it's like, it gives you more material to work with if you're trying to better yourself. I think we have turned it into like a grind culture thing, and we're competing with it. Like we're like, oh, I'm in the gym, 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so much better than you. It's like, nah, like I mean that kind of stuff, I don't see the point in, because it's like that's kind of like a performance. Like if you're not doing this for you, who are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Like it should be like, yes, post it if that's what makes you happy, and like post that content, and that's great. Like show people, give people, you know, like your perspective, like a look into your perspective, and maybe it'll be helpful. Because like I know, like I've seen gym content online that's been helpful to me, track content especially. Like I'm always looking for new stuff that I can experiment with or like add to my routine. So that kind of stuff is like just like a bunch of people putting out like new information all at once. That doesn't really like.
I feel like it could be the tone of it too. The tone of the content.
Yeah, I feel like we have like we've been more on the side of like grind culture, like as a society recently.
Well, yeah, just in like our age group, I could definitely see that a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit more. But I mean, if everybody's in the gym working, like as long as you're getting yours.
Yeah,
I don't think that like, because like you said, when you're saying the intimidation serves more of like a motivation, I feel like as an athlete, like I can relate to that, and I feel like a lot of other people could too.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if you need to turn it into a competition to like get better at what you're doing and get healthier, then by all means, just like you know, I feel like me personally, like I'm not really competing with anybody.
Yeah.
It's more of like it's more of like teaching.
And some people need that. Some people need to actually, you know what I'm saying, like not literally, but like psych themselves out to be able to push that extra mile.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously you got to realize if that's you, and if that's what it takes for you, then it's perfectly fine. I feel like you could
have somebody pull you along. Yeah. No, I definitely agree. And like, I feel like that's another thing about like running track. Like the whole thing of like, if you want to get faster, you have to run with people who are faster than you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like kind of what this is. It's like you're putting yourself in social media. You're accessing the internet where you have a bunch of people who are a lot better than you at what you're doing. Yeah. Like the amount of people that I'm scrolling through, TikTok or Reels every day. The amount of people that I see that are better than me at what I do, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of people, like people who are way faster than I am, people who are way stronger than I am, who are getting it way better in the gym than I am.
Mm. And I have a question about that, because I've been thinking about that too. Well, not necessarily that specifically, but like, does being good or having a large following, I feel like that doesn't always equals success. If that makes sense. Because like there's a lot of good athletes that have a large following on social media, things like that. But sometimes those athletes aren't always, I would say, I don't know. There's other people that are low-key like sleepers that I would think that are low-key almost better than these people, but they get more recognition, more of the sponsorships, more of the deals because they're well known.
Well, it's content and it's branding. You know, it's building a personal brand.
Yeah.
And I do think that there are a lot of people who are a lot better than what they get recognition for.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about at the end of the day, it's content, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I think we forget that. Like a lot of the times when we're like on Instagram or whatever, I feel like we forget that all of this is just, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
So like those people would be like the kind of like sleepers would be like better to go to for like technical advice. But like at the end of the day, the people who built a large following did so for a reason. So I feel like there is some merit to that, and I feel like you could quantify that as success. But once again, it's like, we want to turn everything into a competition. I hope we all make it. Like it's, it's not really, I don't feel like the top is like exclusive or rivalrous. Like I feel like, let everybody in.
Yeah. And this question was actually submitted, but free time as a flex, like why do you think being busy is not like a big thing anymore, or like is rest becoming the new success?
I think people have defined busy differently now.
Yeah.
I think that like being busy with stuff you have to do and being busy with stuff you want to do are two completely different things.
Yeah.
I think you can be busy resting. I think that's possible. Especially as an athlete, for one, like you have to do like active, like you have to prioritize your recovery in such a way where you are literally busy resting, or at least that's how it feels for me. Okay. I could just be made of glass, and But I think that nowadays people are following less of like the nuclear structure of what life is supposed to look like. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people are less like, graduate high school, I go to college, I get a 9 to 5, and I do it's not as much of that anymore.
Yeah.
It's a lot more formless and shapeless in terms of like the methods to reach success now. I mean, there are a lot of different niches that you could occupy.
I feel like in our, well, I don't know, because I don't know why this is in my head a little bit, but like thinking of like I feel like in the long term, like everybody wants to be able to get to retirement, and success would be, being able to live a stable retirement where you don't have to work.
Yeah.
Not being busy. But you can
like,
find busyness in other aspects, whether it's doing your favorite hobbies, doing something different, whatever that looks like for you. But to me, I like to stay busy, because if I'm not busy doing, if I'm busy, I'm either busy with school, and if I'm not busy with school and have free time, I like to be busy with doing things that I want.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say, you don't really I wouldn't say that you define success as like, how much can I rest? Well, it's like the whole question of like, would you rather have a job that you hate that pays extremely well, or would you rather have a job that does not pay even remotely as well, still livable, but not like, not as comfortable.
I feel like,
but it's not really work to you.
Yeah, I'd much rather do something that doesn't feel like work.
Because what are you going to use that money on? Like you're going to use that money on things that don't feel like if you're going to use that money, if you're going to take that money that you get from being busy at your corporate 9 to 5, and that is for some people.
You can tailor your lifestyle to your job, I feel like. Well, maybe 100%. Now because we have the time to do that. Maybe not if you're already there, but like I feel like you could. Obviously, us going into the workforce, getting there, still, whenever that happens and things like that, like fully in that, and we're not in school, I feel like you can tailor your lifestyle to the job that you have and live below your means. And that, in the long run, I feel like that can carry you into a better situation in the long run.
I feel like what you ultimately choose as a career, I don't think it should be work to you. I don't think you should ever feel like you are working and I get that it's like situational. Like I get that for a lot of people it is a have to. Some people don't have the luxury to go out and like just kind of do what they want. But I am a firm believer in if you are passionate about something, then you have like just truly passionate. Like that's like a fire like in your chest. Like that's something that you wake up, like that keeps you up at night and it gets you up in the morning and it gets you out of bed. If you are truly passionate at something, you are going to find a way to become disgustingly good at it. And if you are disgustingly good at something, you can always make money.
You can always make money from it.
It's just a matter of finding what that passion is. For a lot of people, it's like a small business. Or, it's content creation, or it's like, doing a sport or something like that. But if you are passionate about it enough, you will find a way to become disgustingly good at it. And when you become disgustingly good at it, you will be disgustingly paid.
And with that, like, say, obviously when you become good at that, and what if you have like a God-given talent, right? Do you believe, or do you think that having that God-given like talent or gift should be, like you should make money from that, or you should share that? What do you think?
Both. I think both. I think like doing like content creation, for an example. Like I feel like a lot of people treat content creation as like a very like me thing.
I think some people also like think like, oh, this person's so much better than me at this. They must have been, birthed with that. Some people actually work to get that. And they don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if like where the line's kind of drawn, but like there's those people out there that are going to work even harder than those people that, they're talented at what they do. You know what I'm saying? And they're able to get to that point a little bit easier, but there's always going to be somebody back there that's working to get to that spot, and they made it to that spot. And that's why I feel like when you're talking about like, that's why I don't think you can really like hate on people from where they're at, because they really made it there. Like if I were to walk up to LeBron James and be like, you're not a good basketball player. I don't believe
or like
that.
you don't deserve to be in the position that
whatever it is, he's there. Look where I'm at and look where he's at. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like when fans are hating, like all the time you see it. People playing fantasy league, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 whatever. He's still in the NFL. He's still in the NBA. He's still in the NHL, whatever it is. Or,
well, it's not like you are probably closer to like.
And that's not to downgrade anybody. Like, I'm just saying with that situation specifically, like, they're still there.
I'm gonna look up. What do you think the average 100-meter time for like an adult, for a middle-aged adult in the United States is?
Like that works out regularly or doesn't?
Like,
I don't know.
That just like average, just like if we took like the population, because that's what I want to find out.
While we're on this segment, shout out Spark Energy, focus, functional energy, targeted focus, and immune support. We're gonna drop the link in the bio for the personal product page. It'll be linked below, or it'll be in the Instagram bio as well. Go get your Spark. Any Advocare products you want on there as well, get it.
Actually, yeah, shout out Spark too. I had one of those this morning. It works. I like it. First time having it.
Put them on.
And I'm not even sponsored, so I'm giving you all the
Put them on.
But so like for like a general adult male, I want you to guess what like the range would be for like a typical untrained,
it's under 20 seconds.
Moderately active.
It's under 20 seconds. Right?
It is under 20 seconds.
And I feel like it'd be old. I'm gonna say like what's the age group? Like 25 or? It just says middle age?
Just like, yeah.
Okay.
Adult. Just think like,
all right, I'm gonna say, okay, I got you. I'm gonna think
like factor all that in. Like if you took all 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds.
Okay, they're still young. So I'm gonna say like 13 to 15 seconds. It's slower than that or faster than that?
About 14 to 18. For like if you're like pretty active, probably about like 12.
13. It's like 13, 14.
So think about this, and this is what I want to highlight with that.
Okay.
If you're running 15 seconds
Yep.
as an adult, male
Okay.
in 100 meter.
Okay.
Right? Or 100 meter was a bad example because I'm not really a 100 meter runner.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm a trained collegiate athlete. I could probably go out and run. I mean, I'm D3, so probably like low 11s, high 10s right now. Right? I am closer to Usain Bolt than the average male is to me or you. You're in that same boat.
I don't really know about that dynamic, but I was really.
But it's the same thing like with LeBron. It's like the bench player on your least favorite team is closer to LeBron James than you will ever be.
But the thing,
who was it? And there's a basketball player who went into a gym and started whooping people, and he was telling them that. He was like, bro, I am closer to LeBron, you are to me. It might have been white chocolate. I don't know if it was white chocolate.
Because look, first of all, I don't think you should be able to say any, well, you can say whatever you want. You got freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. But I think like people that actually believe that, like people actually like 110% dislike someone and say they're in the same field. Like say that, use an example, like say you're in football, say you're a football athlete, college, whatever, and you're trying to go into the NFL. Mm-hmm. There are some people in the NFL that you might not think are good, but they work to get there, right?
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want, but you can't really say much, like, and actually deeply not like this person of where they're at and things like that. They're not a good athlete, whatever, unless you're willing to work to be able to get there as well.
Why do you think that we have that inherent dislike of people who are better than us?
Because they're better. But like obviously,
we turn it into a competition. That I think is, in my opinion, I think that is I think that's a biological thing.
That's everywhere though. That's literally everywhere.
Because it's like survival. It's like a survival of the fittest type deal, and they are like more fit than you at least jealousy. In that specific area.
Because I am sure.
And I think that's where that jealousy comes from. Yeah. I think it's because we're kind of hardwired to compete for like food and resources and stuff, and when we see somebody who is better than us at something, they're out competing us.
I feel like that's when you have to switch over into the growth mindset and be able to say like,
yeah, we're not competing.
So most times when people hate people that are better than them, this is what you got to do. I feel like the road to success is you find people that are better than you and go make friends with them. You find out what it takes to get there. Obviously, you're not going to just piggyback the whole way, but you got to be able to be like, this is what they're good at. Yeah. This is something that I want to be good at. And maybe, you got to find those people. Some people up there, they made it to the top and they're like, hey, I want to bring you along. Some people get up there to the top and they're like, you got to do your own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it really just depends, but I feel like there's always a way to grow out of it instead of, if you're just sitting in dislike and not doing anything about it, then that's just your own problem.
100%. I will say this. I'll give a personal anecdote. I had a terrible season last season. Had a bunch of hamstring issues and did not perform well at all. I ran the slowest that I ever have since my junior year of high school. You can look on TFRs; those times are real. I actually ran those. I know it's incredibly slow, but I was, I could have been mad at the way that everything went, and I could have been like, man, I hate this. I'm never doing this again. And I could have been mad at the people who were better than me. You know what I'm saying? But a prime example like Price Schulte. He's one of the I would say one of the fastest. Dog. He's a dog. And we're lucky enough to get to train with him, and I was lucky enough to get to train with him all summer. And I feel like that made me exponentially better because he's exponentially faster than I am. And so I feel like getting to run alongside him and have him kind of like pull me to where I wanted to go. Yeah. Lifting with him, training with him.
Those are people you need to be around to
exactly.
be able to grow.
Exactly. And it's like I feel like being around you, there's a lot to learn. Like I feel like you do a lot of things that are like you do them better than I do. Especially like building your brand, doing stuff like that. I feel like it's definitely, I feel like it's the most effective method of learning anything is to just find somebody better than you. I mean, like don't ride the coattails, obviously, like like you were talking about, but
yeah, get around it. Get around what you want to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like internships. Think about it. That's literally what it is, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
you're getting a taste of it.
Yeah, it's just it is. And it's it's been said 100 times, and I'll say it again. It's who you know. It's all about who you know. That's a Trinity thing. That's a large Trinity thing, though. Like we have a pretty tight bubble, and I feel like with that bubble, it's like sometimes we can get bored of that bubble and be like, this kind of like sucks a little bit. But once it's like an internship career situation, I feel like it's like getting your foot in the door. Yeah, it's all about who you know, and I feel like Trinity does a pretty good job of like getting you around some pretty crazy people.
Yeah, I think so too, low key. And you wouldn't even expect.
No, you really wouldn't expect it. I feel like everybody here has a hustle too. That's another thing. I feel like everybody at this university has some kind of hustle. They're either a DJ, they're doing some kind of content, they're taking pictures, they're doing like nobody just does anything straight up, which I feel like is a lot of why some D3 athletes go D3 to have those opportunities.
The freedoms too.
I know you and I both had some D1 opportunities out of high school, and we chose the D3 route ultimately. A lot of that was cost effective, but a lot of that was where we. Do you think? And
I knew when I was coming to college, I just knew that I wanted to be in the city. I just wanted to be playing football at the time. Honestly, at this point now, looking back on it. I don't know if I chose playing football for myself or it was something that I felt like I had to do being good in high school.
I have felt the same way about track so many times.
Kind of shifted. Obviously it has changed my life as well. Like why I'm not, one of the factors of why I'm not playing football anymore and just running track. But
so with your journey, like you're doing track right now. You came in playing football, and you said you kind of chose your college based on like, hey, I just want to play football. Yeah. Do you think that it all works out and that people always end up where they're supposed to be in the long run, or do you feel like there's a kind of more of a personal agency that comes into that, or do you feel like you are where you are meant to be right now?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
You feel like it all like.
I feel like it's all gonna work out. I mean, it has worked out. There's been a lot of opportunities opened up, and things like that. And I mean, it is what it is at this point. Kind of just rolling with it. But what I will say, the craziest part is in high school. So I went to state my junior year in track. Yeah, we were really good at football junior, senior year. I didn't run track my senior year because I also played baseball too. But I was doing both at the same time. But instead, I didn't run track my senior year after going to state in my junior year. Kind of crazy. But I was playing baseball, and I said that I wanted to focus on getting ready to enter my college career in football because I knew that's what I was going to go do. But obviously now that's changed, and I feel like that's a crazy dynamic of me going from all in to not even running track and then to now only running track in college. And I feel like it all worked out how it was supposed to. Yeah. I mean, that's just God working. I don't know, like, it just worked out like that. Yeah. That's what it was.
I would definitely agree with that. There's been times that I've questioned where I ended up. And I feel like, I'm kind of like doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which I feel like, that's everybody.
I feel like something that we all struggle with. Like, am I doing the right thing? You know what I'm saying? And,
You just gotta trust that your grass is gonna be green wherever like there's not greener grass somewhere else. Your grass is gonna be green because you know how to water it. Yeah. I feel like that's a big part of being. I mean, especially I feel like at this time, for a lot of young adults, like it's just kind of like there's kind of like an unspoken blueprint, that a lot of people follow. Yeah. And I feel like the second that you realize like you don't have to do anything. Yeah. Like you get to pick all of this. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get to do whatever you want to do.
Like we're in a good time right now. Like,
and that's not like, I don't think that should be a scary thing. I think that should be free, honestly.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people like that don't get to choose. You know what I mean? They have to do these certain things. And I feel like just being able to have the option is a blessing.
100%.
And obviously those people that have to work a little bit harder to get to it, whatever, like props to them. You know what I mean?
100%.
And it really is.
And if that's you, just, I mean,
it is what you make it. I promise you,
it is where you make it. Yeah. You look around and you see all of these guys who you feel like are getting fed opportunity on a silver spoon. You got to lick it off a knife. You know what I mean? But if you keep pushing, I feel like you will not go your entire life without an opportunity. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people say like, everybody has an equal chance to succeed. You are better suited to succeed in some things than I am. That doesn't mean that we both can't make it. Like it's not impossible, but our chances are fundamentally different. Like our odds are probably I'm talking about like just pure like probability based on circumstantial factors is different. Yeah. And that's different for everybody. And so once you realize that there is no true even playing field, You just got to get it how you live it.
Yeah, nothing's fair. Yeah,
and that's like it's a cliche, but you just got to get it how you live it. And I feel like that's really the only way that you can look at things. Otherwise, you're going to start overthinking it and be like, well, I'm not as well off, or I don't have the connections that this person has. But at the end of the day, it's like, what do you do with that? Yeah. What are you going to do with that?
Now, just wrapping up here, this is the last segment of the day, but delete social media for a year. How much money would it take, and which apps would be the hardest to get rid of?
That's hard.
I don't know how much money it'll take, but like the hardest app to get rid of. Wait, hold on. Phone call messages, that doesn't count as social media, does it? Nah, okay. We're just talking about like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
The hardest to get rid of?
Instagram for me, personally.
Yeah, probably Instagram.
It's really kind of the only
I don't
thing
really like. I'll probably be TikTok, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say TikTok.
I kind of just came off of a detox on TikTok. Actually.
Detox.
Yeah, I had a little detox, and it wasn't hard. Did I replace doom scrolling on TikTok with doom scrolling on Instagram Reels?
IG Reels is where it's at. I'm not gonna lie, IG Reels are.
Spend a week on IG Reels.
Hey, you're gonna get your algorithm right. Trust.
It's good. I feel like if you're gonna pay me, will I get off of it? Yeah.
For a year? Hey, especially for a year, like
if I'm getting paid for it, why not? You know what I'm saying? What's it to me?
Would you do it for free?
No. Why would I need to? I also do think that social media is very, it
depends what you use it for.
There's a lot of drawbacks, a lot of advantages.
It depends what you use it for.
I do think if you use it in the right way, it can connect you with the people around you. And I feel like, I don't want to, especially Snapchat. Snapchat's an example that's like, well, I feel like the only reason I really have Snapchat is because other people have Snapchat. And I think that's why a lot of us have Snapchat.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Like I feel like I would miss out on plans or something. Like somebody would text me on Snap and not realize that I deleted it. And you have to make that whole post, but hey, I'm deleting Snap. You know what I mean? I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all that. So it's just I feel like Snap at least I have just because other people have it.
Yeah.
And I kind of got FOMO a little bit of FOMO.
I'm not gonna lie.
I guess a lot of FOMO.
I'm at y'all now. And then I've also heard a lot of people be like, oh, I can't delete Snapchat because of memories.
That too. But just why are your memories not your camera roll?
Yeah. Yeah, some of them nights you can't even put it in the camera roll, bro.
Don't you have to pay for that now? Aren't you gonna have to pay for that?
Pay for what?
Your memories.
Pay for your memories to keep them?
You didn't see that? Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I don't think so. That's actually crazy.
What is your opinion on in-app purchases?
In-app purchases?
And
that's how they make their money.
How these brands are coming out with new versions of you can pay to get verified on Instagram monthly. You can pay to have Snapchat Plus or whatever, premium version. What do you think about premium versions versus the regular version of an app?
Well, that's how they make their money, but also if it's actually serving benefits, then I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's base models and things like that, but I'm not out here with mad subscriptions or nothing like that. I feel like if it's offering a better version and that's something that you want and that's something that you're on, because I view my social media as a business, as my personal brand, all of it.
Yeah.
And I just run everything like that. But yeah, I did not know that you could have to pay for memories. There's no way. I do have Snapchat Plus though. Everybody's gonna hate on that one, but I'm not gonna lie, it was actually I'm not even gonna speak myself. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I've had it.
I don't even know what it does. Honestly, I don't know. You got the little eye swipe thing or something, right? You can see when people are in the chat.
Yeah, you can. You can see when people half swipe you.
Oh yeah, you see the little eyes peek out. I'm watching you on that.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a crazy confession. I've had it for a minute now. I just don't tell anybody that I have it.
You can turn off the badge, huh?
So I have my badge off. Nobody knows that I have it. This is it. It's crazy that I'm admitting this right now because I know people are gonna watch this and be like,
wait, I don't even know what other benefits it gives other than the swipe. You can change the
app. I don't know. Well, I bought it. Do I tell this story?
Should we cut that?
I don't
know.
But I bought it. It was my senior.
No, that's wild. You've had it for a minute.
Bought it for my senior year of high school. Well, because it renews yearly, and I keep forgetting to cancel it. Because I'm not gonna cancel it before it you know what I'm saying? I have to.
You can cancel it before. You can cancel it and it'll give you the subscription.
Oh, I didn't even want to bother with that. Yeah, I was just I don't want to have to time it or whatever.
What do you think about Netflix though? Have you seen that?
What about it? I think it's the dumbest thing because the whole point of Netflix used to be the whole point of Netflix, the entire point of that application was to replace
The ads, commercial
two things.
TV.
It was to replace two things. You know what those two things are?
I hope you're right. I don't know.
Somebody can fact check me if I'm wrong, but to my understanding, this is what it was intended to replace: Blockbuster and Redbox. Remember Redbox, the little movies that you can go out and rent outside of the McDonald's and stuff?
Redbox.
And the whole reason Netflix was so successful is it was like, it's TV that's right here in your living room. You don't have to go anywhere to buy it. Yeah. And it's got no ads. Like, that was like the point of it. I feel like with a lot of things today, a lot of brands today are losing the plot a little bit. I feel like they're like...
Careful, we need our brand sponsors now.
No,
I'm trolling.
I feel like they're losing the plot. Yeah. I feel like that is definitely in like the household thing. Like the whole point of Netflix is like so you can like watch it from wherever, whenever, and it's convenient. Like the whole point was supposed to be convenience. And I feel like now we've swung back so far on the other end of the spectrum.
Everybody
like we've come full circle.
Yep.
Everybody wants to get paid.
Yep.
And so we are making it more inconvenient for the user and putting in premium options that are just what the regular option was 10 years ago.
Yeah. But
or 5 years
with
ago.
With it being so like, easy to get to and stuff like that, what's your take on movie theaters or just buying a movie online at your house and watching it? I personally like movie theaters.
I do. I like movie theaters as well. I think, well, here's the thing, and again, a lot of this is just art. Like what we're doing right now even is like, it's like art. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize that because it's become so commonplace, but like ultimately, like this is all art. And I think the movie theaters are a physical representation of that art.
And it brings it to life more, I feel like.
It does. It really does. Well, I mean, there's part of like that atmosphere. And I'm not too much of like a film guy.
Does it make it better? Does watching a movie in theaters make it better than watching it at home?
Yes.
I would say yes too.
In my opinion. I do. I think it's about, because like it's an experience.
They curate it to make it like that.
Exactly.
They curate the whole place for it to be like that.
Part of that's like, it's nostalgic. Like it's like, going to the movie theaters as a kid, you smell the little
and
popcorn,
upgraded too,
butter.
The ones that be shaking, you know what I'm saying? The
seats.
Oh
yeah, these new movie theaters are crazy. Like with the little like
3D.
They'll have well, first of all, every seat reclines now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is insane. So you'll have the reclining seat, the little tray. Like half the movie theaters, they'll serve you like, it's not even like, oh, you go up to the counter and get popcorn. It's like, hey, a waiter's gonna come in and you go order food. Like
they made it luxury now.
Yeah.
Like the taverns, I like those.
I do. I like you know what I like a lot? I like drive-in movies.
Hey, drive-in movies. Yes.
Drive-in movies
I like those. It depends on the movie though.
Yeah.
I like drive-ins.
I do think it depends on the movie.
When I had my truck, I did like drive-in. We went to drive-ins, put a
little air mattress
in the bag, just hang out. Like you and friends. Like
I've done that.
I like that. But yeah, we'll wrap it up right there.
Yeah.
EP2.
And that's a wrap for episode 2. Any questions, comments, concerns, hit us up on IG.
Drop it in the comments, whatever you want.
Comments.
But thanks again to Spark for fueling this episode for the both of us. Shout out Advocare. Like I said, the link will be dropped down below.
Really good stuff. Go check it out.
And it'll be in the bio as well of our Instagram page and my personal. Thanks again.
There you go. That's a wrap.
Should we cut that?